Alrighty. So my thing that I chose was stress amongst college students. So this is what my presentation is going to be on. My name's James, and this is my short presentation with stress among students. So this is mainly speaking from experience, in that I also deal with a lot of college students because I work in a college textbook store. So I can definitely tell, especially for the returning students, meaning students that haven't been in school in 5, 10, 12 years. A lot has changed for them, and it is something new that they have to actually deal with. I'm going through my research. I have found out that the stress levels among students, even new students or returning students, has increased 47% since 2017, which is absolutely insane if you ask me. Only 2.4% of people say that they have no stress as being a college student, and that is mainly due to, they more than likely they don't have to work. They don't have to worry about school. They don't have to worry about how they're going to pay. They don't have to worry about how they can juggle or fit that into their full-time work life. They may stay at home with their parents. There's a plethora of things that could actually take effect as to why there's such a low number of students that are really not stressed. But as we can see, there's also 45% of students are also more or stressed more than average, and another 33% is under tremendous stress. I personally think that that is due to the juggling or the mishandling of personal life, school life, and work life. And I am in that situation myself, and I try to juggle getting my homework done every day while also trying to be a father and trying to go to the gym and try to have some kind of fun on the weekend and try to do work. It can get very, very stressful. And this stress has also led to a lot of students suffering with depression and anxiety, and that is also due to lack of sleep. The thoughts start to overrun, etc., etc. There are a lot of things that can play a part into it, and it is just horrible that we want to better our lives and we have to be under this tremendous amount of stress about things that we shouldn't have to stress about. We shouldn't have to worry as much as we actually do. So my next topic actually is about the single parents. And again, this part is me speaking from personal experience. On average, a parent, whether it's two-parent household or one, they are having to work 46.5 hours a week total. And that's 40 hours a week at work, and also having to come home to be a parent while trying to get your child's homework squared away, making sure that they're good, making sure that they're good, making sure that they understand it, making sure you have dinner on the table, making sure that they're squared away, making sure they take a bath or a shower or whatever, making sure you have all of your nightly routine done before you can even start on your work yourself. By the time you actually get to start on your work, you're so exhausted from having to interact with people or sit behind a desk or stare at a computer for 40 hours a week, 8 hours a day, to come home to really have no kind of no kind of relaxation. You basically wake up and you hit the ground running. For me, I start my day every day at 6 a.m. and it is very difficult to make sure my daughter is ready. Granted, she is 8, so she does do a lot of things on her own, which definitely helps, but she's still a child, so she still forgets to do things, and I have to tell her or remind her about things like that. About small things, like sometimes she kind of tries to run out of the house without brushing her teeth. Like, no, you have to brush your teeth. You have to brush your hair. So from my personal experience, my day again starts out at 6 a.m. every morning. I have to get ready. I have to make sure that I'm ready to go to work. I have to make sure my daughter's ready to go to school. And we have a little dog, so I have to make sure she is actually taken out to use the bathroom. So from 6 to 6:30, I'm making sure all of that is taken care of. And 6:30 comes around, that's typically where we are doing like last minute checks. I'm making sure I got my phone, making sure she has her folder, making sure it's signed, making sure the dog has enough water, enough food, etc., etc. So we usually leave the house at about 6:45 or between 6:45 and 6:50, really, realistically. I drop her off at school. It's usually about 7:05. I try to go to the gym, which is about an hour. So I usually get to work, or it takes me about 10 to 15 minutes to get to the gym. So I'm at the gym at 7:20. Takes me an hour. So I'm leaving the gym at about 8:20, between 8:20 and 8:30. It takes me 20 minutes to get to work. So typically I'm not actually getting to work until about 9 a.m. So from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., I am dealing with emails, students coming to me face to face. I'm dealing with phone calls, errors in accounting. I'm dealing with a lot. Then I come home. I get off work at 5:05. Then I go to pick my daughter up. That's a 20-minute drive. So I pick her up at about 5:25, between 5:25 and 5:30, depending on traffic. I come home. I have to take the dog out. Once I take her out, I got to make sure my daughter is good on her homework, make sure she understands everything, make sure she's fine. Once she's taken care of, I then have to make dinner, wash dishes, do something. So by the time I actually am able to sit down and do work or any kind of homework, it's about 8 p.m. And at that time, the moment I sit down, I am completely exhausted and I just pass out. So for me personally, being a single parent and also trying to go to school and try to do work or work a full-time job, I myself don't have the perfect balance, but it is excruciatingly stressful on me to try to get all of this done in a single day. And I do fall behind on assignments, and I hate that I fall behind on assignments, but I have to make sure these things are taken care of on a daily basis. And I know what you're thinking. Well, what about the weekend? The weekend, you don't have to do all of this. You don't have to take her to school. You don't have to do A, you don't have to do B, you don't have to do, all of this extra stuff. It's true. I don't have to do all of that extra stuff. But when I am trying to do my homework, I still have a child. She still has needs, and she'll come up to me every 20 or 30 minutes asking questions, or can we do this, or can we do that? So I still don't have the amount of time that I would like to spend on my homework. Even on the weekend, I probably have about 4.5 to 6 hours to do homework, and that just depends on if I'm not taking the full load that semester or if I'm just doing simple classes. So even then, it still just depends. So the biggest thing for me is self-care, and that's huge for me. I have a support system. I have my music and everything, and that's pretty much where I am going to now. And I literally get serene. Just just a little bit, I get serene. I'll sit there. I would, I designate like 30 minutes to play my Xbox, or I play something on my phone. I would take like a relaxing bath, like a hot bath with like some lavender. Oh my God, lavender. To have some like lavender bubble bath just to unwind and de-stress. I would sit out on my balcony, just chilling and trying to unwind before I actually do any homework or before I actually get my day started. Taking a deep breath, it actually really does help me personally. I go out on like a little walk around the complex with the dog, even if she doesn't have to go out. It helps. Going to the gym every morning definitely helps as well. I have that like hour of relaxing time because my focus is on, God, my body really hurts right now. But I do have that moment of time to myself. Otherwise, I know when I'm driving, when I'm not having to go places, I typically don't even listen to any music because I just want to calm myself down, de-stress. And it is very, very important that you have you have a support system there to help you de-stress. For me, my best friend, which is her godmother, she does offer to watch my daughter sometimes. And when pretty much anytime really, I just am prideful and I don't ask her a lot. But when I do ask her, that gives me all day to do my homework or all day to get something done. And I would do it again. I would take breaks in between, deep breaths. I would calm down. For me, the most relaxing thing is to take about a 30 to 45-minute nap. That's a little long, but still it helps me unwind. I get up, stretch, and it's like, all right, it's time to get it. It's time to do everything that I need to do and to get it done. It gives me that little boost, that little burst of energy. So self-care is very important. Please do not neglect that, to keep those stress levels down and to keep your anxiety, depression, anything, to try to keep that at bay, even if it's just temporary. You have to self-care. You have to de-stress. You have to. It is mandatory. And again, for me, I have a very good support system when it comes to me and my daughter. So it has to be done. Basically, you got to de-stress. It is very important. So basically, to wrap everything up, stress is up among students. Since 2017, it's jumped up almost 50%, approximately 47%. It's harder on single parents. We have almost double the work time, the workload than a normal college student does at 46 hours. 46 and a half hours, actually. And the most important part of all, again, is to de-stress. So, yes, stress is up. Yes, it's harder on single parents. But you have to find that moment of serenity. Thank you. And I hope this was a little informative for you.